close your eyes and take a deep breath. Let your shoulders soften, your mind ease. Picture yourself standing before a volcano, its gentle warmth rising from the earth. Whispering through thin curls of smoke, imagine glowing lava flowing like a river of light, pulsing with the heartbeat of our planet. Welcome to Cosmic Sleep Science, where tonight we embark on a soothing journey through the most relaxing facts about volcanoes, a realm where fire, stone, and life weave an eternal symphony. Beneath the ocean's depths, volcanoes quietly erupt, crafting underwater mountain ranges longer than the Himalayas, where tiny microbes dance in the darkness, thriving on the Earth's warm embrace. In the iciest corners of our world, ice volcanoes spew methane and frozen water, sculpting glittering ice formations, like dreams carved by the planet itself. As lava cools, it forms perfect hexagonal stone column, like the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, a natural symphony etched in rock. Where are you listening from tonight? Drop a comment below and subscribe to Cosmic Sleep Science to keep exploring the tranquil secrets of our Earth. Now, let's drift deeper into the mysteries of volcanoes, carried by their gentle, timeless rhythm. Beneath the surface of the ocean lies a world of fire and creation that few people ever imagine. Thousands of volcanoes rise silently from the sea floor, forming mountain chains that stretch farther and longer than the Himalayas themselves. From the dark abyss, plumes of smoke and mineral-rich water rise like ghostly fountains, feeding strange microorganisms that live not from sunlight, but from the heat and chemicals of the Earth's core. These tiny forms of life are reminders that the planet's heartbeat continues even in total darkness, where the laws of survival are written in fire and stone instead of air and light. In some of the coldest corners of our planet, another kind of volcano defies our understanding. Scientists call them ice volcanoes, or cryovolcanoes, where frozen methane and water erupt from the ground and spill across the surface like molten rock, only made of ice. These rare eruptions have been found in the Arctic, and even more often on distant icy moons like Enceladus or Triton, where the sunlight is too weak to melt anything. Yet the planet's core still breathes its energy outward. It is a reminder that even the coldest worlds can hold the warmth of motion and life within. When a great volcano erupts on Earth, it is not only fire and ash that fill the sky. Inside the rising column of dust, a strange storm begins. Tiny particles rub against each other, building up electric charge until lightning flashes through the cloud in sudden bursts of white light. This volcanic lightning turns the sky into a furious dance of fire and electricity, a vision that feels both beautiful and terrifying. It is as if the Earth itself were alive, its breath charged with energy, its veins glowing for a moment before the darkness returns. Some volcanoes seem to sleep so long that people forget they ever lived. For hundreds of thousands of years, they stand silent, their slopes covered by forests, their craters filled with rain. Yet beneath the calm surface, heat still gathers, gas still builds, and one day, without warning, the mountain wakes again. The Earth stirs as if remembering an unfinished dream, shaking gently at first, then rising in deep rumble and smoke. To witness such a moment is to realize how ancient and patient the planet truly is, and how small our sense of time compared to its endless rhythm. When lava cools, it hardens into shapes that seem too perfect to be random. Columns of stone form with 6 equal sides, fitting together like a natural mosaic, each piece a fragment of the planet's creative geometry. The Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland is one of the most famous examples, where thousands of hexagonal stones rise like steps into the sea. Standing there, one can feel the artistry of nature itself, as if a sculptor of fire once touched the coast and then vanished, leaving behind an immortal signature of heat turned to stone. Even after their fury fades, volcanoes continue to breathe, Steam and gases escape quietly through cracks and vents, carrying warmth to the surface. Around these places, pools of mineral-rich water form, glowing with soft colors from the elements within. Hot springs and bubbling lakes remind us that creation is a constant process, not just in the moments of eruption, but in the quiet exhale that follows. Life gathers near these waters, drawn to the warmth, beginning again in the shadow of something that once destroyed. Volcanoes are not just mountains of destruction. They are architects of worlds, teachers of balance, and witnesses to time itself. From the ocean floor to the frozen moons, from the silence of sleep to the roar of rebirth, they speak in the language of heat and pressure, of endings and beginnings. Every stone, every drop of lava, every spark of lightning in the ash tells the same ancient story, that the earth is alive, restless, and endlessly creating itself anew. When volcanic ash falls back to the ground, it does not only mark the end of an eruption, it also begins a quiet process of renewal. The fine particles, rich in minerals, mix with the soil and create some of the most fertile land on Earth. In places like Italy, Java, and Mexico, entire civilizations have thrived on this gift from the fire below. Fields of rice, grapes, and corn grow on ground that was once molten, and each harvest carries the memory of ancient eruptions. What was once destruction becomes nourishment, as the ashes of the past feed the life of the present. Volcanoes also have the power to change the world's climate in ways that are both vast and subtle. When Mount Pinatubo erupted in 1991, it sent millions of tons of ash and sulfur dioxide high into the atmosphere. These particles reflected sunlight back into space, dimming the Earth's surface and cooling the global temperature by nearly 0.5 degrees for 2 full years. The skies turned pale, sunsets glowed red, and weather patterns shifted around the planet. It was as if the Earth had drawn a thin veil across its face, reminding us that the balance of heat and cold depends not only on the sun above, but also on the fire within. For geologists, the layers of volcanic ash that settle over time are more than remnants of disaster. They are precise markers in the story of the planet. Each layer tells when and how the Earth changed, helping scientists date fossils and sediments with remarkable accuracy. These thin bands of ash act like pages in the Earth's diary, separating one era from another. When researchers cut through ancient rock, they read these layers the way historians read old manuscripts, uncovering the sequence of events that shaped mountains, oceans, and even the beginnings of life itself. Deep within these fiery chambers, under immense heat and pressure, nature forges treasures that later find their way to the surface. Some volcanic eruptions carry with them rare minerals and gemstones formed in the heart of the planet. Black diamonds, born under crushing conditions, and green peridot, crystallized in molten rock, are among the few materials that carry direct traces of Earth's deep interior. When these stones rise through volcanic pipes and cool, they bring with them a silent record of the planet's hidden workings. Each gem is a fragment of the Earth's memory, frozen in color and crystal. Volcanoes also play a critical role in maintaining the delicate balance of gases that make life possible. When they erupt, they release carbon dioxide into the air, contributing to the global carbon cycle. Over time, as volcanic rocks weather and interact with rain and air, they begin to absorb that same carbon back into the ground. This exchange between fire and stone forms a natural rhythm that helps regulate the atmosphere, preventing it from tipping too far toward heat or cold. It is a cycle of breath on a planetary scale, one that has continued for millions of years and will likely continue for millions more. By studying ancient eruptions, scientists have learned to map the slow and powerful drift of continents across time. The distribution of volcanic deposits helps reveal where land once met sea, where mountains rose and fell, and how the surface of the planet has transformed through the ages. These records are not just about destruction, they are about movement and creation. Through volcanic evidence, geologists can trace the dance of tectonic plates, understanding how Earth's crust shifts to form new oceans and close old ones. Each eruption leaves a clue, and when the pieces are assembled, they form a portrait of a planet in constant motion. In the end, volcanoes are more than agents of chaos. They are the engines of transformation that keep Earth alive. Their ash renews the soil, their gases shape the air, and their pressure drives the continents that carry life. Every eruption, no matter how violent, connects the deep interior of the planet with its fragile surface, linking the unseen with the visible. To study them is to glimpse the machinery of creation itself, to see how life and geology intertwine in an endless cycle of birth, death, and renewal. The story of volcanoes is, in many ways, the story of Earth itself, written in layers of fire and stone, still unfolding with every heartbeat of the world. In Japan, Mount Fuji rises with a grace that seems to touch both heaven and earth, its perfect shape mirrored in the calm waters below. For centuries, it has been more than a mountain. It is a sacred presence, believed to be the home of the goddess Sengen Sama. Each summer, pilgrims climb its slopes, not only to reach the summit, but to purify their spirit, to walk the same path where the divine meets the earthly. The wind at the top carries silence and awe, and those who stand there feel a connection to something far older and larger than themselves. In Bali, the sacred Mount Agung stands at the center of the island's heart. Every temple, no matter how small or distant, faces toward it in reverence. The people believe the gods dwell within its peak, listening to prayers carried by the smoke of incense and the rhythm of the daily offerings. Life on the island flows in harmony with the mountain's quiet presence. From the way homes are built to the direction people sleep, everything gently aligned to its sacred form. It is not only geography, it is guidance, a spiritual compass pointing towards devotion and balance. Across the Pacific, in Hawaii, the story of fire continues in the breath of the goddess Pele. Every stream of lava that flows from the mountains is seen as her living spirit, shaping and reshaping the islands with her power. When molten rock meets the ocean, the people say it is a sacred union, the meeting of fire and water, of strength and compassion within nature itself. To witness it is to feel the pulse of creation, a moment where destruction and beauty are one and the same. Long before the modern world, the ancient Romans looked at Mount Vesuvius with both fear and reverence. They believed it was a gate to the realm of souls, a place where the will of the gods could break through the surface of the earth. When it erupted in the year 79, burying Pompeii and Herculaneum under ash and fire, they saw it as divine anger unleashed. Centuries later, the ruins remain, silent under layers of stone and time, a lasting echo of that belief, a reminder of the fragile bond between humanity and the forces it cannot control. In the Philippines, near the shimmering waters of Lake Taal, people live under the gaze of a volcano they see as both protector and threat. The mountain is worshipped as a living deity, capable of both giving and taking life when tremors shake the ground. Villagers make small offerings at the shore, asking for peace and mercy, for the lava to stay within its sacred lake. Their rituals are not born of fear alone, but of respect, an understanding that coexistence with such power requires humility and care. Across the world, cultures separated by oceans and language have shared the same vision of volcanoes as symbols of renewal. When fire consumes the earth, it leaves behind soil rich and fertile, a promise of new beginnings rising from ruin. This cycle of destruction and rebirth mirrors the rhythm of life itself, reminding humanity that even in moments of loss, the seeds of creation are already waiting beneath the surface. The mountain burns, cools, and breathes again. And through it, the world learns to begin anew. In the modern age, technology has given us new ways to see and understand volcanoes, turning ancient forces of nature into sources of knowledge and even protection. High-orbiting satellites now observe the planet constantly, measuring temperature changes across the surface. When heat begins to build near a crater, the sensors detect the rise long before an eruption is visible. These early warnings, sometimes days in advance, give scientists and rescue teams precious time to act. What was once a mystery of sudden disaster has become a field of quiet observation, where data and vigilance save lives beneath the restless mountains. From that same volcanic heat, humanity has learned to draw power instead of fear. In places like Iceland, New Zealand, and Kenya, geothermal plants tap into the steam and energy below the ground. The process is simple in principle, but profound in impact, using the Earth's own warmth to produce electricity without smoke or waste. Entire towns are powered by the breath of volcanoes, homes lit by the same energy that once tore through the land. This balance between danger and utility is one of our greatest achievements, turning the planet's raw strength into a clean and endless source of light. Exploration has also gone deeper, where humans themselves cannot safely go. Engineers have built machines like Dante II, a robotic explorer designed to descend into volcanic craters and gather samples from the edge of molten vents. Its heat-resistant frame and sensors record temperature, gases, and seismic movement, allowing scientists to study the chemistry of the Earth's breath. Watching its slow, deliberate steps down a smoking slope feels like witnessing curiosity itself in motion. Through these mechanical eyes, we see the invisible systems that drive eruptions, transforming danger into understanding. Artificial intelligence now listens to the subtle tremors of the Earth with a sensitivity beyond human reach. Networks of seismometers placed around volcanoes feed constant streams of data into learning algorithms that can detect patterns far too faint for traditional analysis. These systems recognize the smallest vibrations, the early whispers of magma moving below, and alert researchers before larger quakes occur. It is as though the planet itself is speaking in code, and for the first time, we have learned to hear it. Each tremor recorded and translated becomes a line in a growing conversation between humanity and the living Earth. Modern drones have brought a new dimension to volcanic study, soaring above craters and flows that once remained hidden from view. With heat-resistant cameras and stabilized lenses, they capture the precise texture of ash clouds, the motion of molten rivers, and the formation of new rock as it cools. From their high vantage, we see both the scale and the detail, the artistry and destruction of eruption in perfect balance. Pilots guide them through smoke and steam, gathering images that reveal how fire moves, how it divides and joins, how it carves paths that may one day become valleys or islands. The footage is not only scientific, it is cinematic, a testament to the power of human innovation, meeting the power of the Earth. In laboratories around the world, data from these machines is turned into models and simulations. Using 3D printing and fluid dynamics, researchers recreate lava flows on a smaller scale, studying how molten rock behaves under different slopes and pressures. These artificial eruptions allow predictions of where future lava might travel, helping to plan evacuations or protect towns before the fire arrives. It is a meeting of precision and imagination, where science rehearses the movements of nature. The models glow with color and light, flowing through transparent channels like streams of living fire contained within glass. Together, these technologies form a bridge between awe and safety, between the beauty of volcanoes and the need to coexist with them. Satellites watch from space, robots crawl into the depths, drones hover in the smoke, and computers interpret the silence of the ground. Through their combined work, humanity has become not just a witness, but a participant in the life of the planet. We no longer see volcanoes only as threats, but as partners in a shared cycle of energy and renewal. The same heat that once shaped continents now powers homes, drives discovery, and deepens our respect for the fragile balance that sustains us all. When lava flows down the mountain at night, it moves with a grace that feels both violent and meditative. The molten rock glows in deep shades of orange and red, sliding through the dark like a river of light. Its surface ripples and folds, cooling into black stone while its core continues to shine from within. Watching it from a distance, one sees the living pulse of the earth, slow and unstoppable, shaping new land as it destroys the old. The motion is mesmerizing, a reminder that creation and destruction are always part of the same quiet rhythm. In Iceland, fire and ice meet in a harmony that feels almost unreal. Beneath the endless northern sky, volcanoes rise from glaciers, their peaks steaming against the frozen air. Sometimes, when the night is clear, the aurora borealis drifts above them, painting the sky in soft greens and violets. The snow reflects the colors like a mirror, and the glowing light seems to dance on the rim of the volcano itself. It is a scene that feels both ancient and timeless, as if the earth were dreaming in color. In that stillness, the contrast between cold and heat, between sky and stone, becomes something beyond beauty, something sacred and infinite. In the American Northwest lies Crater Lake, a place born from the collapse of a volcano long ago. Its waters are an impossible shade of blue, deep and calm, untouched by any river or stream. Only rain and snow feed it, and that purity gives the lake its perfect stillness. On clear day, the sky seems to fall into the water, turning the crater into a mirror of clouds and silence. Standing on its rim, one feels the weight of time disappear. The world becomes quiet. And for a moment, it is easy to believe that the lake still holds the memory of fire beneath its peaceful surface. At sunrise, when volcanic ash drifts through the air, the light transforms it into a tapestry of color. The sky glows with layers of pink, gold, and amber, soft as silk. Spreading across the horizon, the ash, once a symbol of ruin, becomes part of the dawn, each particle catching the sun's warmth before falling gently to earth. There is a strange tenderness in that image, a sense that even after destruction, the world still knows how to be gentle. The morning wind carries the scent of new beginnings, and in the shifting light, the boundary between sky and mountain fades into a calm glow. Far below those skies, where lava once cooled slowly over centuries, nature left behind one of its most precise creations. The basalt columns, formed as molten rock, hardened and cracked, stand in perfect rows like a giant's instrument waiting to be played. Each column has 6 sides, fitting together so neatly that they seem carved by purpose rather than chance. When rain falls across their surfaces, the stone darkens and shines, and the echo of dripping water fills the air like a quiet melody. To walk among them is to feel the geometry of nature, where mathematics and art meet in the patient work of time. From space, the Earth tells a different story. In the deep darkness of the oceanic crust, glowing lines of lava can sometimes be seen, tracing the scars where the planet is still forming. The red light glimmers faintly beneath the waves, spreading across the black expanse like veins of molten life. It is a breathtaking image, a living wound on the surface of the Earth, raw and luminous, yet it is also healing, for from that burning seam, new crust is born, and the planet renews itself once again. Seen from above, it looks peaceful, almost gentle, a pulse of red breathing in the endless blue. Volcanoes hold a beauty that defies the ordinary sense of calm. Their violence becomes grace. Their ruin becomes art. Whether seen in the shimmer of lava, the reflection of auroras, or the stillness of crater lakes, they remind us that the Earth is alive in ways that are both fierce and serene. Each eruption, each quiet formation of stone, is part of a larger story written in light and shadow. In that story, there is no clear line between danger and peace, only the slow unfolding of a planet that continues to create beauty from its own depths. In the vast silence of space, where time moves differently and the laws of nature unfold in slow, grand gestures, there exists a force that mirrors both creation and destruction, a power older than life itself, the volcano. On Earth, we see them as mountains that breathe fire, but out among the stars, volcanoes become something far greater. They are the architects of worlds, shaping landscapes and perhaps even the beginnings of life. On Mars stands Olympus Mons, a mountain so tall it pierces the thin red sky, rising nearly 22 kilometers above the dusty plains. It is the largest volcano in the entire solar system, a relic of ancient eruptions that once reshaped a planet. To stand upon its summit, if a human ever could, would be to see the curvature of Mars itself, the horizon bending softly away like the skin of a giant sphere. The air would be thin, the sun a faint orange glow, and beneath your feet would lie a world carved by time and fire. Olympus Mons reminds us that even in a place long thought barren, the memory of heat and motion still lingers, whispering that Mars was once alive in ways we can only imagine. Farther out, circling the giant Jupiter, is a moon named Io. Unlike the quiet red deserts of Mars, Io is a world of chaos and light. Its surface constantly changes, reshaped by the most violent volcanic activity known to exist. Plumes of gas and molten rock burst hundreds of kilometers into the sky, catching the distant sunlight and turning it into shimmering curtains of gold and white. Every eruption on Io paints a new scar, and yet every scar tells the story of renewal. Through the lens of our telescopes, it glows like an ember drifting through space, a reminder that even in darkness, creation is never still. Then there is Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons, small and icy, yet alive in a way no one expected. Here, volcanoes do not spit fire, they breathe water. Jets of vapor and frozen crystals shoot from its surface into the void, creating a shining halo that wraps around the planet. These ice volcanoes, or cryovolcanoes, are proof that opposites can coexist, that heat and cold, fire and water, can join in a delicate cosmic dance. Beneath that icy crust, scientists believe an ocean waits, warm and deep, stirred by the energy that rises from the moon's heart. Within that ocean, there may even be the chemical seeds of life, quietly drifting, as if waiting for the right moment to awaken. When we look back at our own world, we begin to see how familiar this story really is. Billions of years ago, before oceans and forests, before even the first cell, Earth was a place of smoke and magma. And yet from that violent heat, life began. Scientists believe that the first living molecules may have formed in the warmth of volcanic vents deep beneath the sea, where minerals and energy met in the darkness. It is humbling to think that every plant, every creature, every human being may trace their origin to a place not of peace, but of fire. The same heat that once seemed destructive turned out to be the spark that lit the path toward life itself. As our technology reaches farther into the stars, we start to dream of returning to that fire, not in fear, but in partnership. Future space missions may one day use the geothermal energy of distant volcanoes to power the first human bases beyond Earth. Imagine standing inside a dome beneath the surface of Mars, where warmth from ancient magma flows through the walls. Providing energy and protection, volcanoes could become more than symbols of power. They could become allies, sustaining life in places that now seem uninhabitable. From this wider view, volcanoes stop being mere destroyers and become symbols of cosmic creativity. They show us that the same energy that tears apart worlds also builds them anew. When you step back far enough, from a mountain peak or from orbit itself, you begin to see a pattern, the rhythm of birth and renewal that connects planets, moons, and stars. Volcanoes are the pulse of the universe, the breath of creation made visible. And perhaps that is the greatest wonder of all, to realize that every eruption, every plume of dust, every glowing river of lava is part of the same ancient story, one that began before life and will continue long after us. From Earth's molten heart to the icy geysers of Enceladus, the universe speaks in the language of heat and transformation. It tells us that destruction is not the end, but the beginning of something new. In this cosmic balance of fire and silence, of chaos and creation, volcanoes remind us of our own nature, forever changing, forever becoming. They are not symbols of fear, but of connection, linking the smallest cell to the grandest planet, reminding us that even across the infinite distances of space, the same creative fire burns in all things, including us. Settle into the moment. Let your mind drift as we journey deeper into the serene science of volcanoes, the gentle pulse of our planet. Volcanoes are the Earth's breath, born from the dance of tectonic plates, where the planet's crust slides and collides, releasing magma from the molten ocean beneath, known as the mantle. Each eruption is like a deep exhale, easing the Earth's inner pressure, a quiet rhythm that has shaped our world for billions of years. Picture the magma rising, a glowing river of fire, carrying the planet's warmth to the surface, a reminder of its living heart. Volcanoes are windows to the Earth's soul, through the rocks and gases they release. Scientists read stories of how our planet formed, how it shifted, how it cradled life across eons. Every puff of smoke, every flow of lava, whispers secrets of a young Earth, forging continents, sculpting oceans, nurturing the seeds of existence. These fiery mountains are not just destroyers, they are creators. Their eruptions a chapter in the planet's endless tale of renewal. Volcanoes rebirth life itself. They release carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, the building blocks of everything alive. When their ash settles, it enriches the soil, turning barren lands into lush forests and vibrant grasslands. Imagine fields blooming where lava once flowed, a quiet miracle where destruction gives way to creation, where the Earth's fire feeds its green heart. This cycle of renewal is a lullaby, sung in the language of stone and flame, soothing the planet's restless spirit. Volcanoes are nature's artists. As lava cools, it carves perfect hexagonal basalt column, like those at Devil's Postpile in California. Each one a note in a stone symphony, composed millions of years ago. These formations stand silent, yet they speak of ancient flows, of fire that danced and hardened into sculptures. Picture yourself walking among these columns, feeling the Earth's steady hand, its patient craft shaping beauty from chaos, a testament to time's gentle touch. Beyond Earth, volcanoes are a universal language. On Mars, Olympus Mons towers, the largest volcano in our solar system, a monument to a planet's fiery past. On Enceladus, Saturn's icy moon, cryovolcanoes spew water and gas, hinting at hidden oceans and the possibility of life. These cosmic volcanoes remind us that our planet is not alone, that energy and creation pulse through the stars, connecting us to worlds we've yet to touch. Each eruption, here or in the heavens, is a sign of a living, breathing cosmos. Volcanoes bridge our Earth to the stars, the elements in their lava. Carbon, oxygen, iron, were forged in the hearts of ancient stars, scattered across the universe before our planet was born. When you hold a volcanic rock, you cradle stardust, a piece of the cosmos shaped by fire. This connection is humbling, a quiet reminder that we are part of something vast, that the Earth's fires carry echoes of the universe's birth, a lullaby sung across light years. Volcanoes also shape our climate, balancing the Earth's breath. Massive eruptions, like Mount Pinatubo in 1991, scatter ash into the sky, forming a gentle veil that cools the planet by softening sunlight. These events are nature's way of pausing, of recalibrating, like a deep breath before the world continues its dance. The ash settles, the sky is clear, and the Earth finds equilibrium, a serene cycle that has kept our planet livable for millennia. Looking to the stars, volcanoes inspire our future. The geothermal energy they harness on Earth, powering homes with their heat, sparks ideas for distant worlds. On Mars or Europa, we dream of tapping volcanic warmth to sustain human outposts, using the planet's pulse to fuel our journey into the cosmos. Imagine colonies thriving under alien skies, warmed by the same forces that shape our Earth. A vision of hope woven from fire and stone, a future born from the planet's ancient rhythm. In their essence, volcanoes sing a song of creation, like the expanding universe. They erupt to renew, transforming lifeless rock into fertile soil, reminding us that life rises from fire and dust. Each eruption is a verse in the Earth's poetry, written in glowing lava, etched in stone, resonating with the cosmos. As you listen, let this thought cradle you, that from chaos comes beauty, from destruction comes life, a gentle cycle that hums through the ages, inviting us to rest in its eternal embrace. When we lift our eyes from the Earth and look into the infinite distance of the cosmos, the story of volcanoes unfolds on a scale that defies imagination. They are not only the fiery mountains of our own planet, but the beating hearts of worlds scattered across the solar system, from the red deserts of Mars to the icy plains of Saturn's moons. Volcanoes speak a universal language, one that connects fire, water, rock, and time itself. Each eruption, whether made of molten lava or frozen crystals, is part of a larger rhythm, the slow and eternal breathing of the universe. On Mars, Olympus Mons rises from the plains like a sleeping god, nearly 22 kilometers tall. Its slopes stretch so wide and gentle that you could walk for days and never feel the incline. From above, it looks like a calm ripple frozen in time, a wound healed by dust and silence, yet deep beneath that calmness, ancient magma once surged, reshaping the face of a planet that might have once known oceans and storms. To stand at the summit of Olympus Mons, in the faint sunlight of a cold red sky, would be to witness the curve of Mars bending away into the horizon, to feel the quiet echo of forces that once shaped a world. Farther out, orbiting Jupiter, lies Io, a world alive with fire. Its surface is restless, alive with color and motion. Rivers of sulfur and molten rock flow across its plains, glowing gold and orange under the distant light of the sun. From its volcanoes, columns of gas shoot hundreds of kilometers into the thin air, scattering light like shimmering auroras. Io is chaos made visible, but also creation in motion. It reminds us that destruction and birth are not opposites, but companions. The same energy that tears a landscape apart also prepares the ground for something new, an eternal cycle that echoes through every corner of space. Beyond Jupiter, circling Saturn, is a smaller and quieter moon named Enceladus. Its surface gleams white, covered in ice, but beneath that frozen skin burns a hidden ocean of heat. Here, volcanoes do not spit flames, but breathe water and crystal. Geysers erupt from its southern pole, sending plumes of vapor into space, creating a glowing ring that drifts around Saturn like a veil of stardust. Scientists believe that beneath those icy layers, in the warmth of its ocean, the ingredients for life may be waiting. Enceladus whispers the same secret that Earth once did, that even in the coldest places, life finds a way to begin. When we look at these distant worlds, we begin to see a pattern that stretches far beyond our home. The same elements that flow in lava here on Earth, carbon, oxygen, silicon, iron, were once born in the hearts of dying stars. Every rock, every drop of magma, carries within it the memory of ancient explosions that scattered stardust through space. Volcanoes are the universe recycling itself, transforming the remnants of old stars into new worlds. When molten rock cools into solid land, when fire meets air and becomes soil, we are watching cosmic alchemy at work. The Earth's crust is not separate from the stars. It is their continuation. And so, when you stand before a glowing river of lava, you are not simply watching a geological event. You are witnessing the universe remembering its origins. The same forces that forged galaxies and suns now move beneath your feet, slow and steady, shaping the surface of our world. The red flow of molten rock becomes a kind of music, a deep vibration that connects the human heart to the rhythm of creation itself. In that sense, volcanoes are not just features of planets, they are expressions of the cosmos dreaming itself into form. On Enceladus, an icy geyser may rise like the breath of the universe, while on Io, a plume of molten gas may glow like a distant sunrise. Each eruption, no matter how violent or serene, is part of a grand choreography, a cosmic dance of energy transforming into matter and matter returning to energy again. The same pattern that drives a volcano also fuels the birth of stars, the growth of galaxies, the pulse of time. If we could drift through the solar system and visit each of these worlds, we might feel that every volcano is a voice in an ancient choir, singing of renewal and change. Mars would sing in deep red tones, Io would burn bright and wild, Enceladus would hum in quiet whispers of ice and water, and Earth, our home, would join them with her own fiery hymn, her volcanoes glowing like hearts across the darkened surface of the night. To see volcanoes from this wider view is to realize that they are not enemies of life, but its allies. They create the land we stand on, release the gases we breathe, and may even hold the secrets of life's beginning. Just as the universe expands endlessly outward, volcanoes reach endlessly inward, bringing up the heat that fuels existence itself. They are mirrors of creation, showing us that everything in nature, from the smallest atom to the largest planet, is part of the same eternal movement. When you next watch the molten glow of lava under a dark sky, imagine that you are seeing the same light that once shone from a newborn star. Imagine that somewhere, far away, on a distant moon, a similar light is rising, whispering the same story. Volcanoes are the bridges between the Earth and the cosmos, between the ancient and the eternal. They remind us that we are not separate from the universe. We are its continuation, its living expression. And in that realization, a deep calm emerges. The fire that burns beneath our world is not just destruction. It is creation in motion. It is the breath of the universe itself, shaping, renewing, and awakening all things again and again, without end. In the modern world, volcanoes remain both ancient and alive, shaping not only the landscapes we walk upon, but also the systems that sustain our lives. They are reminders that the Earth is not a silent stone drifting through space, but a breathing, changing organism with its own rhythms and moods. When a volcano stirs, the planet speaks in its deep and slow voice, reminding us that everything we build still rests upon forces far older than humanity itself. In 2010, When the Icelandic volcano Eyjafjallajökull erupted, a cloud of ash rose high into the sky and drifted across Europe. Air traffic halted, and for several days, the modern world paused. The event reminded us of how small and fragile our technologies can be against the vast power of nature. Yet even in disruption, there was balance. The same ash that darkened the sky also cooled the planet slightly, scattering sunlight and lowering global temperatures for a brief moment. It was as if the Earth, through its breath of smoke and dust, had whispered to the sky to rest. Volcanoes influence more than the weather. They shape economies, science, and even the devices we hold in our hands. Many of the minerals that power modern technology, lithium, nickel, and rare earth elements have volcanic origins. The battery inside your phone, the circuits of a satellite, the electric cars driving silently through city streets, all trace their lifeblood back to the ancient furnaces deep within the planet. In every spark of electricity, there is a memory of fire, a quiet echo of magma once molten beneath the crust. Today, humanity listens to volcanoes in ways our ancestors never could. From orbit, satellites watch subtle shifts in temperature and color, detecting the faintest sign of rising magma. On the ground, networks of seismographs record vibrations too small for humans to feel, while artificial intelligence analyzes the data, searching for patterns that hint at an eruption. In this partnership between nature and technology, we are learning not only to predict danger, but to understand the Earth more deeply, to hear its whispers before they become roars. In some parts of the world, the fire beneath the ground is no longer feared, but welcomed. In Iceland, New Zealand, and Kenya, geothermal energy drawn from volcanic heat now powers millions of homes. Steam rising from deep wells turns turbines, producing clean and endless electricity. It is a gentle exchange between humanity and the planet, a sign that the same energy once used to shape continents can also warm a small family kitchen. Beneath the surface, ancient heat continues to flow, and through human ingenuity, it becomes light, warmth, and connection. Yet volcanoes also teach us about fragility and renewal. After an eruption, when landscapes are buried beneath ash and rivers of lava, it may seem as if life has been erased. But in time, the ground cools, cracks, and begins to breathe again. Rain falls, seeds drift on the wind, and slowly green returns. Forests rise from the ashes, richer and more fertile than before. This quiet cycle of destruction and rebirth is the Earth's most enduring lesson. It tells us that renewal always follows change, and that endings often carry the shape of beginnings. In this way, volcanoes reflect our own resilience. Humanity has faced countless challenges, storms, quakes, and fires, and each time we have adapted, learning to live alongside the unpredictable beauty of our planet. Communities near volcanoes have built early warning systems, evacuation routes, and resilient homes. They have turned danger into awareness, and awareness into coexistence. Just as new land forms from cooled lava, our societies grow stronger through the challenges we survive. Every eruption carries both a message and a gift. The message is humility, a reminder that we are part of a living planet far greater than ourselves. The gift is renewal, the chance to begin again on ground freshly made. Even the ash that falls from the sky, soft and grey, becomes soil in time. Crops grow on volcanic plains that are among the most fertile on Earth, feeding millions beneath the calm of a green field. The memory of fire still lingers, nurturing life in silence. When we see a volcano today, whether in a distant photograph or glowing on the horizon, it connects us not only to the deep past, but to the unfolding future. Each mountain of fire is a living archive of the planet's evolution. And now, through science and technology, We are learning to read it. But beyond data and research, there is something more, a quiet recognition that the Earth is always in motion. That change is its natural language, and that life endures not by resisting it, but by flowing with it. So when ash drifts across the sky, or steam rises from a mountain's flank, we need not see only threat. We can also see a reminder of connection, of balance, of the long story that began long before us and will continue long after. Even when the air grows dark, the land beneath prepares to bloom again. The earth exhales, and through its breath, life renews itself. In every eruption, every tremor, and every spark of human understanding, we can feel the quiet truth that has always guided our world. Though fire may fall, hope always rises. Volcanoes are the deep breath of the earth, a slow rhythm that has pulsed since the beginning of time. They shape continents, carve valleys, and create islands that rise from the sea. Their power is immense, yet their story is not only one of fire and force, but also of creation and renewal. When we look at a volcano, we are seeing the earth in motion, a reminder that even destruction is part of the great cycle of life. The molten rock that flows today will one day become fertile soil, and from that soil, forests will rise again. The earth, in its quiet wisdom, never stops transforming itself. Each volcano tells a different chapter of this endless story. On Mars, Olympus Mons reaches into the thin red sky. Its slopes so wide and gentle that the human eye can barely grasp their size. On the icy moon of Enceladus, frozen volcanoes breathe plumes of vapor into space, weaving silver rings around Saturn. On our own planet, the volcanoes of Hawaii glow softly at night, their light reflecting on the ocean like a living star. From fire to ice, from Earth to the farthest moons, the language of volcanoes is universal, spoken in heat and motion, in silence and light. Volcanoes are the sculptors of beauty. Their hands are made of fire, yet the art they leave behind is calm and precise. When lava cools, it forms perfect columns of basalt, aligned as if measured by an unseen artist. When ash settles, it paints the ground in soft grey tones, preparing it for the green that will come. Even the lakes that rest within ancient craters hold the reflection of the sky in their stillness. To sit beside one of these lakes, surrounded by quiet and light, is to feel both small and infinite, as if the planet itself is breathing with you. Imagine yourself lying beside such a lake. The water is clear and deep, holding the color of the stars above. Steam rises gently from its surface, carrying the warmth of the earth into the cool air. The ground beneath you is solid yet alive, pulsing faintly with the memory of fire. You breathe slowly, and with each breath you feel the connection between your body and the planet that holds you. The atoms in your lungs once drifted through space as stardust. The minerals in your bones were forged in the heat of ancient stars, the same kind of heat that glows now beneath the crust. You are not separate from the earth. You are a continuation of it, a brief expression of its endless cycle. The wind moves softly across the water, whispering through the stone. Somewhere far below, the planet stirs, sending waves of warmth through the crust. It is not a threat, but a heartbeat, steady and slow. The same pulse that moves magma beneath mountains also moves tides in the sea and currents in the sky. It is the rhythm of balance, of life returning again and again in new forms. To listen to that rhythm is to understand that change is not something to fear. It is the way the universe breathes. Volcanoes also teach patience. They sleep for centuries, gathering energy in silence. And when they finally awaken, it is not out of anger, but necessity. The earth must release what it holds, just as we must let go of our own pressure and weight. In that sense, volcanoes are mirrors. They remind us that to live fully, we must allow space for transformation. Every end is also a beginning, and every eruption clears the way for new creation. As night falls, the horizon glows with the faint red of distant magma. Above, the stars shimmer in cold brilliance, the same stars whose dust lives within us. Between the heat of the earth and the cold of the cosmos, there is harmony. Fire and space, motion and stillness, all part of one great conversation that has no beginning and no end. Now, imagine closing your eyes. The warmth of the earth hums beneath you. The air carries the scent of stone and steam. You feel the weight of gravity holding you gently, not as a burden, but as an embrace. The world is quiet. You are floating between breath and dream, between fire and sky. Let the rhythm of the earth guide you deeper into rest. Feel the slow pulse of the volcano beneath, ancient and calm, as it carries you through the silence. In this stillness, there is no distance between you and the world, between the stars and the soil, between breath and being. You are part of the same story, the same creation, the same eternal light. Sleep now, under the soft glow of the planet, within the warmth of its living heart. The fire rests, the wind slows, and the stars keep their watch. The earth breathes, and so do you.